What do you think of my latest little project, eh? I quite like that. That little buffer stop. Yeah, okay. Shall we, tell you what, we'll go downstairs. I'll show you how to make one. That's if you want to. Yeah, right enough. I'll see you downstairs. You can tell, you can tell I've lit the fire in the dining room, can't you? I can't keep the cat off the table. We've got to change the tablecloth every day. Because I suppose we could leave the tablecloth off, but it's not quite so comfortable for the puss. She's sweet, lovely little puss, and she's nice and warm in the dining room. Yeah, it's -5 outside, or it was earlier on. Just warming up a bit. Got the fire light as usual. Oh, you can't see it at the moment, but yeah. Anyway, we'll get on with whatever it is we're meant to be getting on with, shall we? Here we go. Off again. Somebody did remark the other day about the tea cosy. It's actually a hat. It's one my wife knitted me. It's lovely. God, I can't see it. It's lovely and warm. And yeah, it's on display. I can't hide it away anyway. It's lovely. Anyway, shall we carry on? This is meant to be a video about model trains, isn't it? Oh, bloody hell. Right, anyway, buffers. Right, I added up the other day how many buffers I'm going to need on the model railway, on the layout upstairs, so far, because I think there's going to be a few more coming once I manage to fit a few more sidings in, and the total was 15 buffers. I have a few. I have these, I don't know what they are, Pico, Hornby type things, yeah. I have those. But I haven't got very many. And at the moment, living in France, that's quite difficult to get hold of them from the UK. Well, it's impossible. And I looked at the price of these buffer stops. It's not all about the price, but when you're buying a load of them, you know, it's like an engine, isn't it? You can go, 100 quid for an engine. One. And then you think, well, I could do 600 quid, half a dozen, 600. Yeah, forget it. So I looked at the price of the buffer stops. The Pico ones, which I've just shown you, they run at £3 for 2. So that's £1.50 each. That's English pounds. £1.50 for 15 works out at over 20 quid, doesn't it? Oh, that ain't got my brain on today. Over 20 quid. Right. Now the wooden ones, which you've just seen on the intro on this, from a company, I think it's called Prose, P-R-O-S-E, Pros, I don't know. Anyway, they run at £12 for 2. That's £6 each. Times 15, that's 90 quid. Oh, that's my oven going off. I'm making some peppered steak slices. So hang on a minute whilst I just go and check whether they're finished. I'll be back. Oh, look at that. I just got them out. Look at those. I don't know about slices. They're more like doorstops, aren't they? And that's, yeah, peppered steak slices with homemade flaky pastry. or rough puff, whatever they like to call it. Ooh, it's getting a bit warm. Hang on a minute. Right, I'm back. Before I was rudely interrupted. Yeah, model railways. Let's get back to the topic, shall we? So, yeah, 90 quid for 15, and I'll probably need a few more. And there's not much chance of those being delivered, and I'd probably have to pay, I don't know how much for getting them delivered if they were feasible. Prices have gone stupid. Anyway, I thought I'd make my own. Have a go anyway. And I thought that that one that I made wasn't too bad, so I'm going to make a few more. And if you want to sort of follow me in the making of these few more, then please do. What you'll need, I've got the other cat down here now, budging the blooming tripod. Go away. Anyway, what you're going to need are some matchsticks, some glue, 1mm cardboard, I keep looking, look. Cat's attacking the tripod, sorry. Right, 1mm cardboard, some glue, some matchsticks, some imitation coal, and a bit of paint. That's it. Yeah. So, we'll start off with the 1mm cardboard. Now, bear in mind that this is for O gauge, alright? So, we've got a piece of cardboard here, which I've cut up. It is 4 inches long, and at the centre it is 3/4 of an inch high. I'll just zoom in on it a bit so you can see it a bit better. Not zoom out, zoom in your pro. Right. Okay, so this is it. So I've cut it, as you can see. First off, it was just a 3/4 by 4 inches long oblong, and I've cut it so that one piece is still 3/4 of an inch high, and then I've put a slope on this and that. That's from 3/4 to 5/8 of an inch high. Cut it and done exactly the same this end. 3/4 to 5/8 of an inch high, and then this last bit is 5/8 of an inch high, parallel with the base. Okay, I then scored 1, 2, 3 times, okay, so that the thing can bend and fold up. So it'll fold up. You get it up into the screen, into a square-ish shape, like that. Alright. You need to glue the 2 bits there together. That's your first step. I'll come back to you after I've done that, and then I'll show you what I do for the following step. Right. So you've got your little box, okay? You've got a flat that it sits on, and you've got a slopey top. The next step is to get a piece of cardboard the same size as the slopey top, right? And then glue that on top. So it looks like that. Okay, so it's a box with an open bottom, so it looks like that. Glue that on so it's square, as square as you can. And then let that dry before the next step. Right, so you've got your little box. Here it is. and it's going to sit on the tracks. Alright? What it won't do is sit actually on the tracks. So we have to cut out two little notches at the front end, which is the high, and the back end, which is the low. Okay, so what I generally do is I'll place it on a piece of track that I have, okay, place it on there, put it central between the two lines, alright, make sure it's square, and with a little pencil I'll mark off on the box where the track is, okay, where the rails are. Next job is to actually cut little notches out the bottom of this, so when the thing sits down the rails are up inside and this is actually sitting on the sleepers, actually sitting on the ballast, whatever that's there. If there's any gaps we can hide them afterwards, don't worry about it. It's just that it's better to dig a couple of little notches out. Now you could do this now, which is probably more difficult than what I did before, which was doing it at the stage when it was still on a flat piece of card. But luckily I've got these little kind of snippy things. And so I shall carry on. I'm going to snip out those and I'm going to cut them out. Okay, so I can snip the two verticals and then just with a very, very sharp knife just take across. Alright? Don't worry too much about the accuracy of it as long as it sits down, because it's all going to be covered up afterwards with a load of matchsticks. So yeah, don't sweat the small stuff. I do waffle, I know that. And I've waffled a bit on this one. So what I'm going to do is, I keep saying that as well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it in two parts, the videos, okay? So that it's not quite as long as usual. I mean, my wife loves these videos. She puts one on every night before she goes to bed. She says she only manages to get halfway through before she falls asleep. One of my greatest followers, So I'll wave you goodbye and we'll carry on, well hopefully we'll carry on tomorrow if I can get it up on, so you don't have to wait 2 weeks from it. Yeah, keep safe, look after yourselves, and see you back in the dining room.